Hi my friends, Ian here with a few tips and tricks. Now, what I want to do in this video is show you how to make your title a little bit bigger and also centered. I'm also going to teach you how to center texts, images, videos, plus add some space between different items. Now, before I teach you that, what I'd like you to do is do this for me. I want you to please subscribe, and I want you to hit the bell, and I want you to click all. Okay? What I'd also like you to do is, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you dislike it, give me a thumbs down. You could possibly share the video if you really love it, and it would benefit somebody else. And you could add a comment just there, a public comment, or you could like something that somebody has left a comment on. You could dislike it, or you could reply. If you could do those things, it would help us out tremendously. Thanks for listening. Okay, my friends, now that you've done that, what we're going to do is start and teach you how to do these little tips and these little tricks to get your programs page looking nice. This will work with any kind of, let's say, your splash pages, your capture pages, blogs, wherever you can add HTML. Now, as soon as I mention that to some people, they go curl up into a little fetus position, and it frightens them really, really tremendously. But no need to. Uncle Ian is here to help you and hold your hand. So let's get over to this members area, and let's scroll down to the offending. See, everything looks centered here, doesn't it? In the actual where you add your programs and edit them. But it doesn't look like that on paper, as I say. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to click on the edit program. Okay, and then what we're going to do is drag this box right over. Okay, so we can see what we're doing. Right, up here, what I want you to do as well, this will make the text act how we want it to. Okay, so what I'm going to do in there, first of all, I'm going to add an opening tag, as they call it, okay, and I'm going to put in there the word center, and then I'm going to give it a closing tag. Okay, so this is what we call an opening center tag. Okay, now to make it a bit bigger, we're going to do this. We're going to do an open tag, and then we're going to go H3 and then a closing tag. Okay, right, now at the end of our title, we need to go all the way over here. We need to click just there, and we need to give it a closing size tag. Okay, so this is open bracket, / this time, H3, and then you've guessed it, closing tag. Okay, then what we need to do is to give it a closing center tag. Okay, so here we go, open bracket, / on the closings center, and then closing. Okay, closing bracket. I keep calling them tags, sorry. This is open bracket and a closing bracket. Okay, so first of all, shall we click on that and see what it has done to this title just here. So let's click on that. It's put it in the middle and it's made it bigger. Excellent. Absolutely marvelous. Right, now then, what we need to do, I want to center this up. Okay, I want to center this up. So what we're going to do is come over here again. We're going to go down to the offending program, or the program we want to work on. I'm sure it's not offending anybody. And first of all, I'm going to, this is H3 in size. H1 is what we normally call a header. H2 is like a subheader. H3 is slightly smaller. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave that as it is. But what I'm going to do before this is add the opening center. So that is, can you remember? Open bracket, center. Okay, and then right at the end, we must do a closing one. Okay, so we're going to put open bracket, / center, and then a closing bracket. Okay, and then we're going to simply click update, and then we're going to go over here and we'll see if this has moved across. Let's have a look now. So we're going to hit the refresh, and I've lost it. Thank you very much. And there we have it centered. Now I'm going to show you another little trick as well. Okay, so to do with texts and things like that. So we're going to come down to the program we're working on. We're going to click edit. We're going to drag that box over. Okay, and what we're going to do this time, we are going to make this, or make this, I should say, bold. Okay, so we are going to put another tag in, and this one is going to be open tag, and then it's strong. This is the modern tag for bolding something. Okay, so that's that, and then we must put in closing strong tag. Okay, so we're going open bracket, / the word strong, and then a closing bracket. Okay, so now we can click edit. If you don't do that, if you don't click edit, it won't save them. You'll say, oh, this program is not very good. But there we have it. That's slightly bold now. Okay, now then, this banner is in the center. So we can leave that alone, and we can concentrate putting a space between these two images. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to click on edit. Okay, click on edit, and then we're going to drag the box open. Always make sure that you're on the right one, guys. That's what I just did there. And what I'm going to do, this is the banner. Okay, I am going to put a center tag in there, and I'm going to show you this bit of a trick. Okay, so this is open bracket, center. Okay, so do you know what I'm going to put there? I'm going to put nothing there this time. Okay, because you can do one or more elements. Okay, so, or you can do images and text at the same time. So let us just say that is one, that's the banner, and this is another image. Okay, so this time I'm going to put it there. I'm going to go open bracket, / center, and close. Okay, so now, because I've put that center tag there and I put this closing center tag there, it will sort out these two items that we've got. So let's click on edit program and have a look. And we're going to refresh. And let's see what we've got. And there we have it. So they're both in the center. But we need to sort this. We need to put a gap in here. Sometimes we don't. But sometimes it would be great to do that. So let's go back over to the program. We're going to click edit. And then we're going to drag the box right open. And what we're going to do in between these two images, so that's the code for the banner. This is the code for the video. We are going to put in here. We're going to go open bracket, BR, and then that one, okay? And also, we're going to do that again, because one will put, just adding one space tag will put this element or this text or video underneath that one. But if you add two, let me just show you that, by the way. Okay, it shouldn't have done anything. I don't know, it might do with images, I'm not sure. Let's have a look. Yes, it has. It has, so I was teaching wrong there. So what it does is put a space between. Now, if you want another space, this is what I was trying to teach you. If you want a bigger space, you can drag that box open and you can put another one in there. Okay, so open, B, R, and then another closing tag. So you don't need a closing for these spaces, okay? So there we have it. So now we can come over here, and that should be a bigger gap now. There you go. Excellent. So there we have it. Now, doesn't that look a lot more tidy than what it did before? Yeah? So let's just do one more thing, if I can do it. Let's have a look. Okay, I am going to put in here, just before that title, look, you see that after the center and after the size, which is 3 in this, I'm going to put strong again. And then right at the end of the wording of our title, I am going to put an open bracket, and because it's a closing, / strong. And then a closing bracket. And then what we're going to do, we are going to click edit. Okay, so now what we should see is this will become bold. So let's have a look. And there we have it. Excellent. Marvelous. So there we have it, guys. That is how to center the title, make it bold, make it a little bit bigger. That is how to center the text, make it a little bit bigger. That is how to center our banner, although by default, the banners at Buildabizonline on your programs page is usually centered. Okay, we taught you how to put a space, in fact, 2 spaces, between these 2 images here, and we showed you how to center the video. And now, don't you think that that looks a lot more tidy? So here endeth the lesson on how to center things and make them bigger. Okay, my friends, so thanks for listening. Bye for now. What I'd like you to do, again, I'd like you to like or dislike this video on our channel so I can improve on my skills. I'd like you to subscribe. I'd also like you to share. And incidentally, if you wanted to share this video or put this video onto your programs page or your splash pages or your capture pages, then there is a video on how to do that. Okay? In fact, I'll put a link to that particular video up in the right hand corner somewhere up here. Okay, my friends? So thanks for listening and bye for now.